That's the thing with Ridley, that he loves the reality of it all. He doesn't want to pretend to do anything. He really wants to make it feel as though this was what it was like.
I spent the first couple of days of the production with the crew in England during shooting the battle sequences, which were usually done with 3 or 4 cameras. You know, usually the 4th camera, you're telling an operator, well, just get me some close-ups, or, you know, pan across, or pick up this, or I want you to really focus on the horses, or whatever. There's Ridley Scott down, like, on his belly in the mud, you know, framing his 4th camera. I mean, the amount of pictorial attention that Ridley pays to every shot is just extraordinary. There's no one else who's like that. So as a result, your dailies are fascinating.
I have one of these terrible sort of personalities where I read something that I think is fascinating, so I'm going to do that, right? That's the thing I'm going to do. The practical considerations of, you know, there's the swimming sequence, you know, naked being chased by a shark. I don't think about that, you know, from the point of view as me. I think about it from the point of view of the character and how it fits within a story. So I never really consider the day-to-day hardships I'm about to put myself through until I'm in the middle of them.
I'm saying on a long lens, I can close him up. So if Russell's here, I could just step him, then have Russell here, rather kill him here. Russell had a lot to learn in terms of physical behavior, fighting, you know, which even with those swords, they're still metal alloy. If you get clipped by that alloy, it hurts, and it'll give you a cut. So it's still dangerous, slightly dangerous, not quite as bad as steel, but you can't have rubber swords, you know.
I remember inside this battle sequence we have also romantic too, because we have a little bird in the middle of this big battle, and in the middle of blood and fire is this little bird what the Maximus is watching, and I think he's also in this moment romantic, thinking of his wife and his son.
And I was really proud, you know, that he was so happy. And he said, you know, I haven't felt this good, you know, since Blade Runner, which meant a lot. I mean, he was really enjoying himself, and he felt that he had something special there. To him, that was like, you know, a great beginning. Gave him a lot of energy to continue and going through North Africa and then Morocco. Always tireless in terms of improving the script.
Stop! Turn around.
Doug Wick wasn't able to be in Morocco for most of the shoot because his daughter was quite ill. So I would meet every night with Ridley. We'd sit in, we'd work on dialogue and scenes. And actors would come to me, and we'd sit with Russell. I mean, it was all over the place. We'd sit with Russell, we'd talk with Russell about dialogue and Russell about character, then we'd sit with, you know, with Ridley and try to, you know, keep the main thread in shape, but mold it to the moment as we went along.
I caught myself up, so I was catching myself up continually through the film, so there was a lot of writing done 2 and 3 and 4 days before, a week before, the night before.
We get done about 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning, faxed it over to Walter Parks at DreamWorks, who was awake and, you know, feeling, you know, frisky, and he would write back his notes, we'd get those done, and then Ridley would be on his way to the set, and we'd hand him the pages.
Receiving it the next day, walking on the set, putting up with the barrage of insults, saying, how can you turn up with words like this late in the day? And me saying, I don't give a shit, you don't understand how long I've been up all night. I'm directing a movie as well, so all this was going on. And rightly so, but at the same time, eventually I got to defend my position.